Hi, I'm from Student Council and we are here with...
Mr. Brand.
Can you tell us how you are involved with Our Lady in St. Swithin's?
Well, I'm actually a school governor. I'm vice chair of governors for the school. I'm also a link governor for RE, and I'm also the Year 6 link governor as well. So I actually have 3 different roles in school. And for anyone who's interested, I'm also head of the finance committee, which is actually quite boring, but that's what else I do.
How would you describe Our Lady in St. Swithin's?
As the best school in Liverpool, if not the world. It's a fantastic school, this. All the staff, all the teachers, head teacher, everybody are absolutely fantastic at what they do. The children are amazing. We do incredible things here. We're very proud of what we do. We talk about our school outside to anybody and everybody that wants to listen. And it's something which I'm very, very happy to be involved in.
Good choice of words.
Thank you.
What things did you have in your school that you think children might like today?
Well, the school I went to was actually all the schools I went to, because I went to 3 different schools, and they were all very, very old buildings. So we didn't have basic things like heating and stuff like that. Very old desks. The second school I went to actually had a playground on the roof of the building, which you couldn't do now. Which was actually probably quite dangerous, especially if you were playing football up there, which some of the boys used to do. And of course, the ball would go down and hit the other children in the playground below. So that wasn't very safe. We didn't have anything like lovely play areas that you have. We certainly didn't have things like all the screens that you have and all the technology, because there was none of that when I was at school. We used to use chalk and pens and all kinds of things. So I would love to have gone to school now rather than then, because it was quite old-fashioned, I think. Mind you, it was about 100 years ago, so you expect that, I suppose.
If you could only wear one pair of shoes for the rest of your life, what shoes would you choose?
Believe it or not, the ones I'm wearing now, strangely, because my wife bought these for me for Christmas, and they are the most comfortable shoes I've ever had, because we do a lot of walking. We go walking for miles, and I can walk for miles in these, and I feel great afterwards. So these would definitely be the go-to shoes.
Okay. What do you do for a job, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, I've actually been doing the job that I do now for over 30 years. It's hard to believe. I don't look old enough, obviously. But I am in advertising and marketing. So to explain that to you, if you have a business that you want people to know about, you advertise. And when I very first started, it used to be magazines that we produced that people used to distribute and sell. Now it's all online and it's all digital. But it's still the same thing. I have people that I have as customers, and I also have new customers as well. And I try and advertise their businesses for them. And I work all across the country.
So is it just this school that you advertise?
No, not the school. I actually work for a company that produces magazines and online content all over the country, and they advertise their businesses on these different platforms. So my job is to get them to advertise. That's what I do.
Describe your job in 3 words.
Boring, necessary, and what's another word I can use to describe it? Satisfying occasionally. That's 4, I know, but that'll do.
What? I'm confused.
Yeah. Do you want me to elaborate?
Yeah, okay.
Well, because I've done it for such a long time, I don't know how to do anything else. So it's what I've always done. If you do the same thing for a very long time, which I have, it can sometimes become a little bit boring. But then having said that, of course, you have to have a job, and you have to be able to provide for your family and pay all your bills and all those kind of things. So that's the reason why we do what we do.
Is this the job you wanted when you were a child?
No. When I was your age, I actually wanted to be on the radio. That's what I really wanted to do. I was obsessed with radio. and I used to want to be one of the DJs on the radio that I used to listen to. And I did actually try when I was a bit younger to try and get on the radio, but nothing ever came of it, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame because I really am very interested in radio.
Is this the job you want? Sorry.
That's okay.
What is your favourite food and why?
Oh gosh, that's a difficult question, isn't it? Because there's so many foods. I really love. It's pretty straightforward. I love pizza. You cannot go wrong with pizza. Pizza is fabulous. You can have anything on a pizza. It's very easy to do, and if you have it delivered, it always tastes good when it comes from the delivery. It's my favourite food, I would say.
It's a bit simplistic, but you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. Yeah, that describes me as well, actually. Simplistic, but you can't go wrong.
What football team do you support?
The best football team in the world, Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah.
I was actually, unfortunately, I was at Wembley last weekend for the final, which was quite sad. But I've been very, very lucky. I've seen Liverpool win trophies over the years in cup finals. I'm very lucky to get to go to see Liverpool at Anfield. And they're just fantastic. They're the best team in the world. I believe there's another team as well on Merseyside. I can't remember what they're called now. They play in blue, do they? Do you know who they are? I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So Liverpool is the team that I love.
That's the correct answer.
Thank you.
Do you listen to podcasts? If you do, what is your favourite?
Yeah, there's one I do listen to. It's our Radio 5 live podcast. It's the Football Daily podcast, which gives you all the information about all the other teams. I mean, I have to be perfectly clear here. I'm not actually, I always say this to everybody, I'm not a football fan, I'm a Liverpool fan. Liverpool is all that matters to me. No other teams really matter. But I am also interested in keeping an eye, or in this case an ear, on what other teams are doing. And the podcast that Radio 5 does is very good. It brings you up to date with all that's going on, all the transfer news, all the news about the other teams. It is interesting. But, that's not in my heart. As I say, Liverpool is in my heart.
I thought you were going to say like Joe Rogan or whatever you listen to.
I'm sure he's very good, but I don't listen to Joe Rogan. What does Joe Rogan do?
I don't know. If you could give us one bit of advice, what would it be?
I would say never give up. Very, very important. Sometimes things are difficult, and it doesn't matter what age you are, whether you're at school, whether you're my age, whether you're my mum's age, it doesn't matter. Sometimes things happen and they're difficult, and you have two choices. You can either just give up or you can keep going. And I like to think that if you keep going, you will always get there. I always used to say to my daughter, actually, when she was at school, when she was doing her exams, I used to say, always get back on the horse. So if you fall off the horse, always get back on. And I think that's very, very important.
Okay, thank you for taking the time for being here with us today. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you very much.